So this is like the fourth video we've done today, and like you just look wetter and wetter in each video. But like okay, yeah. So let's do Showa. What's our lesson on these two beautiful specimens right here?
Yeah, so we have two different Showas, both 2-year-olds. I want to talk about the difference in body shape development and something I don't know if we've talked about in koi, but like the femininity or the boldness of the way a koi carries itself.
Okay. So
these are both Showas from very, very famous high-end koi breeders. This is from Issa. Issa is top 3 Showa breeders
in the world.
In the world.
Good.
Ueno, top 4 Showa breeders in the world.
Say this one again, the breeder?
Ueno.
I know Issa, quite well. But
yeah.
Ueno, I haven't heard that one.
Ueno is not as famous in the U.S. because he's really far away. I have to take like a plane, train, boat just to get to his place.
Really?
In Fukuoka.
That alone makes you want to have one.
Yeah, in Kyushu. Sorry, like a whole. Yeah, he's far away. He's been doing Showa for a long time. My all-time favorite Showa that I bought as a 2-year-old comes from Ueno. It's just an awesome fish.
Everyone
awesome
needs
to watch
Ueno.
develop.
Come on.
Everyone needs Ueno, but there's not so many pieces available. So 5 or 6 people need Ueno. Okay.
All right. Well, is this a male? This is
female.
This looks slender all the way down.
Yeah, which is actually something we like for Showa. So Showa are cursed typically with those big sort of guts.
Okay.
Compared to like a Kohaku and a Sanke, and this is a very, very streamlined body shape, which is a difficult body shape to find, and it's something that Ueno has been working really, really hard to create over the years. So, Issa,
these are the same age, right?
Same age, both 2-year-olds.
It's
just so much more imposing. And that's a big part of what I want to talk about today. Same thing, it has this just massive hump that we see here.
Yeah.
Like just that boosh that comes up. And again, we've talked about this in previous videos, but its head shape is really nice and big. So we know that head can support that giant shoulders. Exactly.
What I like about this shoulder a lot more than the last one is like there's multiple colors in that shoulder. It's not just this solid red.
Oh yeah,
so
sure.
Having that tricolor in there.
Yeah. Wait for
nice.
as this black starts to develop in through here. Oh, it's gonna look awesome.
Outstanding.
It really gives a fish some shape to it. I don't think people think enough about koi shapes and color interacting with those shapes. Most people, when they think of koi, I think they draw out patterns, and the pattern on an actual shape on muscle. Like you think of a guy with a tattoo, like a ripped dude, like that. Actually, I'd rather prefer to think about a nice woman's curvature with a tattoo laying on top of it.
All right. Okay.
But however you want to look at it, it's something that is a piece of koi appreciation that I think people forget about. Is the shape and the color wrapped around those shapes.
Well, because it's not a tattoo. It's not one-dimensional. This is 3-dimensional. So when you see this big hump right here, you see the curves of the face, the eyes. Yeah, that all matters.
Exactly. And this hump here also, and these big shoulders, and even though it's a little bit slim back here, this here makes the koi very bold. Like when I'm feeding him in the ponds. You can see she is just right up there. Like her shoulders are just imposing, pushing through other fish, taking what she wants, taking the food that she needs, and she has a completely different attitude to her than this Ueno Showa, and that's something else. Another part of koi appreciation I think people completely gloss over or don't think about. We always talk about the chagoi being so friendly and the chagoi
personable.
Yeah, exactly, but the pattern of a koi, the body shape of a koi, can definitely influence the way the koi looks in your pond. And so that's what I was talking about as far as boldness or femininity to a koi, the power of a fish. those things are words we use in the koi world, but are actually talking about very subtle things that make that power. Whether it's a Sumi spot that's really, really striking right here, or if it's this hump. Like maybe those two things combined is what makes this koi powerful.
That facial pattern.
Oh yeah,
is always powerful to me.
Yeah. Both of these koi have
fantastic
faces. Their faces are going to be so awesome. And you know, these are young fish. These are only 2 years old, so their Sumi is still developing and changing. But they're both going to have really, really interesting, cool patterns. Like I just can imagine this Y coming down here, through here, and same thing. This is going to connect both sides here down, and then likely go down to the face. Just so cool.
The facial patterns to me, they're really important to me. Like on the Showa, like I won't pick a Showa that only has one color or two colors in there, right?
Sure.
On the face, it's important. I can forgive a lot of stuff, the textbook stuff that goes on in the body, if they just have this really interesting facial pattern, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're interacting with the koi, a lot of times you're feeding them. Probably, sometimes you're just sitting there and enjoying them, right?
Sure.
You have a glass of wine or coffee in the morning or whatever. But when you're feeding them on those other days, when it's like, hey, I want to go out and see the koi for a couple minutes, you feed them, you see that their faces coming out of the water, right?
Yeah.
So that facial pattern is really, it's always been a big deal for me.
Cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you notice the Sumi on these is a little bit different too.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to say all Issa Showa are like this and all Ueno Showa are like this, because that's not true. Because they both have Kage style Showa, which is when I say Kage, I'm talking about this sort of a shadowy black,
the white overlaying the black. Okay.
Exactly. And where this Showa, you can see it's a really thick, deep Sumi, and then it has some areas where it still needs to come up and come through.
Right.
Where this is more of like a shadowed effect. But it's very different Sumi that these
on this one, are we expecting that this might just get ink black, or is it going to always have that Kage?
No, I hope it will become ink black, but it's going to be a long journey. Right now she's 2. I think maybe around like 6 years old is when that Sumi is going to actually come up.
Right.
Which is what we want, because again, that body shape is very slender and long, so we know that she can grow big and still have a good shape to her.
Yeah.
And we want that Sumi to be up and fresh when her body is able to amass that whole pattern.
One of the reasons why I'm so fond of the Showa variety is that longer journey. Like you can expect to see them changing and right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Showa is I hang out with a lot of the koi breeders outside of koi, and I find that most Showa breeders are gamblers. Like they love Vegas, they love the casinos, things like that. And it's always Showa breeders, and I think there's a direct correlation between the two, because there's a lot that changes in Showa. There's a lot of gambling. There's a lot of risk.
A lot of risk. I was going to say that there's a lot of risk, because when you only have so much space for a certain amount of fish, you're taking that gamble, that risk. Like this fish is going to be more important or more valuable in 2 years or 3 years, right?
Exactly.
So they got to have that personality to do Showa.
Absolutely.
And Shiro.
Yeah, Shiro Tsuri.
Shiro Tsuri, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, I love these two guys. I think that was a fun lesson.
Yeah. Awesome.